Hello, and welcome back to Just for Fun. We have another Commander deck, and today we're going with something a bit janky and weird. This is Selenia Dark Angel. This is a crazy deck. It's not the most competitive, but actually it can be pretty good. I've found it to be very consistent because it plays a lot of card draw and tutors. So if you want to streamline your deck, aside from playing redundant copies of things, you can play a bunch of card draw and tutors, and that will help you. The interesting thing about Commander, obviously, is that you have access to this one card all the time. So it's almost like a free tutor. So the creatures that have more interesting effects are more interesting to me, not just like the generic good stuff, great, whatever, like it's a good value, or like that stuff isn't interesting. But something that does something weird like this is very cool. So first cool thing about Selenia is obviously 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer is like a decent limited card, but not a very good constructed card, right? And then the second ability is like, whatever, okay, so I can pay 2 life to bring it back to my hand and save it from removal. So in Commander, that's kind of cool because having it in your hand, you can avoid paying Commander tax for recasting her. So she's good against like Wraths and that sort of thing. So that's kind of cool. But the thing with this ability is you can stack it as many times as you want before you actually return her to your hand by holding priority. So you can pay as much life as you want. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, there are some cards that can benefit from having a really low life total. So we will go into the wonky combos. So basically, I've arranged the deck by, so this column is all mana stuff. This is all generic good stuff and answers. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wraths in the deck because you're not really playing. You only have 10 creatures in the deck. You're not really winning by creatures. Pestilence, another way to wipe the board. Profane Procession is just a generic good stuff card I wanted to try out in black-white. We've got some Mortify, Doomblade as just good answers, Plow, just some generic good stuff, Utter End, right? Like things that just answer kind of everything. So, and Gideon, just because I wanted to try this card out, and where else am I going to put it? So then we've got 10 slots devoted to card draw and tutors, right? So Promise of Power, a card I never saw before Commander, but drawing 5 cards, pretty powerful, and making a big black demon, maybe use that sometimes, but not really, because 9 is a lot. But Dark Petition, Increasing Ambition, Diabolic Tutor, Mastermind's Acquisition. So those are all basically tutors. And then we got Read the Bones, Ambition's Cause, Sign of Blood, Night's Whisper as card draw. Siphon Mine, good in multiplayer, pretty mediocre in one-on-one, but can work. And then we've got all our wonky combos. So Exquisite Blood, very interesting card. There's a lot of cards that do this. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. But there's not that many cards that do the opposite. Whenever opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So if you have these two in play at the same time, and you gain life, or an opponent loses life, they all lose. It's like an instant kill everyone. And Viscopa Guildmage's ability works the same as this. Defiant Bloodlord works the same way. And Children of Corliss and Tainted Sigil are just ways to gain like a huge amount of life all at once. So that works with Selenia. So Selenia yourself down to 1 and crack Tainted Sigil or crack Children of Corliss, and you're gonna hit everyone for 38 or whatever. So that's kind of cool. Wall of Blood and Hex Parasite are other ways to, pay life indiscriminately. just like Selenia. So if you need to pay more life, if you need to get it to an odd life total or an even life total, and you're not, because Selenia can only do 2. If you need to change that, Wall of Blood is good for that. And this works well with near-death experience. So a very wonky way to try to win the game in Commander, especially when so many things can happen to change your life total. But, if you can pull this off at least once, I think it would be kind of cool. I haven't been able to pull this off yet, but the threat of it going off has changed the game enough that I've been able to win other ways. So I've definitely pulled off Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond, killed everyone that way. I've pulled off this wonky combo, which is Tree of Perdition and Triskaidekaphobia. So make someone's life total 13, and then they lose from this. I've pulled that off, which is kind of fun. And then this is wonky as well. Phyrexian Unlife. So play Phyrexian Unlife, and you can put your life total down to 0, and then reverse the sands and kill someone that way, or repay in kind and kill everyone that way. And that is hilarious. I haven't ever drawn repay in kind for some reason, even though I've played this deck a lot. But I do have a bunch of tutors, so I can try to hit that combo at some point too. So anyway, fun, weird, random combo deck, odd ways to win. Not the easiest deck to pilot, but fun, good stuff. And sometimes you just, can eke out a win generically with where is it? Sepulchral Primordial or Animate Dead on something big, and another way to win. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. I like this deck and have fun. It's pretty budget friendly too, pretty cheap. All right, peace.